next on News Channel 15 at 6.
A wildfire is raging tonight off Highway 90 in Horry County. At least 150 acres burned, at least one home destroyed, and dozens of residents out of their homes tonight. We have live team coverage.
A Conway landmark burns in a separate fire. What investigators say about the cause of that fire tonight.
And Grand Strand hospitality leaders lobby the legislature for marketing money. Good evening, I'm Tim McGinnis.
And I'm Allison Floyd. Tonight, that wildfire rages in Horry County. It started 6 hours ago and it's still not contained tonight.
We've been on the scene throughout the day, bringing you the details of our top story tonight. The area burning is from Woodlawn Drive to International Drive along Highway 90. And
our photojournalist Jessica Salibi was on the scene just minutes after this fire was toned out today. She captured these amazing pictures of the fire as it started to spread.
And Jessica tells us when she got there, the wind was gusting, spreading the fire across Woodlawn Drive. Several times she and the residents who were trying to evacuate had to move to get out of the path of the fire.
Let's take a look now at the size of that fire from the air. These great aerial shots come from pilots Kevin Ambrose and Chris Royals. They work for Kendall Air Flight's school in Conway.
You can see the size of the fire and the neighborhoods that are so close to it.
And in this final picture over there on the right-hand side of your screen, you can see where those woods already scorched as that fire moves so very quickly today, whipped by the wind.
And of course, we want to thank Kevin and Chris and the rest of you who've been sending us your pictures. You can see more pictures on your website, carolinalive.com.
And smoke from this fire could be seen for miles throughout the day today. This is a live look right now from our tower cam at Ripley's Aquarium. Right now, Highway 90 is shut down between Lee's Landing and Old Reeves Ferry Road because of this fire.
And because the smoke is moving from the Highway 90 area toward Highway 17, the National Weather Service sent out a weather alert for tonight, particularly from Briarcliff Acres on Highway 17 south down to the bypass split. If you are driving in that area, be sure to use caution.
And let's go now live to News Channel 15's Graeme Moore.
He's been on the scene all afternoon and he joins us live from Woodlawn Drive where the fire started. Graeme, what's the latest?
Well, Tim, firefighters have just issued a new evacuation order for Serenity Place. That's a dirt road off Galloway Drive, off International Drive, with about 8 to 10 homes on it. Now, that makes the 3rd street now to be evacuated this afternoon. Of course, you had Serenity Place now. Galloway Drive was also evacuated, and Woodlawn Drive, where we are now. You can see some of the people who live along Woodlawn Drive. They are not able to get back to their homes. They're sitting here waiting to go back and survey whatever damage may have happened down there. The call came in about 12 o'clock this afternoon as a brush fire here on Woodlawn Drive, but the high winds and the dry conditions fueled that fire out of control. Currently, they're anywhere, or it's estimated they're about 150 to 200 acres burning out of control all along Highway 90, in between 90 and 31, heading up toward International and beyond. We spoke with some of those people who lost their homes and some sheds earlier today. Hear their stories. Hugo Castellana stands in disbelief. What began as a day of yard work turned into losing his home of nearly 10 years.
And I see smoke by 5 houses or 3 houses close to my house. And then I called my wife and I tell him I see smoke.
He says firefighters got to his home on Woodlawn Drive, but were overwhelmed with a rapidly spreading fire and had to back off.
He said, I can do nothing, I need more people. And I said, well, I'll help you pull the holes. The water hose, and he said no.
He ran to nearby homes to alert neighbors and tried to help a dog who was tied up, but it was too late.
And I see my neighbor dogs, the fire was close to him, and I'm trying to pull the chain. I can let it loose, the fire got on him.
His neighbor, Janice Tiggett, didn't lose it all, but like dozens of others, she's been forced from her home, which was brushed by fire.
Only thing I know is that I got a call saying that my house was on fire, but it was a structure shed that was on fire, and one of the dogs that died in it.
Nearby, Andy Anderson tells the story of his shed engulfed by flames.
Lost a lot of money right there, a lot of money. And the truck had sentimental value to it. The shop did too.
As far as he knows, his house still stands, but still, firefighters tell him he probably won't be able to go home tonight.
Yeah, if I have to, I'll go to a motel room or somewhere. Me and my wife and my young'un.
Still, more people, onlookers, neighbors, and friends find this day of fire overwhelming.
I'm sick on my stomach. I feel like I'm going to throw up. That's how bad it just hurts. It hurts bad to know it can be gone.
A lot of emotion going on out here today. I'm joined now by Todd Cartner with the Horry County Fire Rescue. And Todd, I guess the question now, what is this fire doing right now? Is it anywhere closer to being contained?
Well, the winds have died down a little bit, but the fire is still spreading. It's in some very large wooded area right now. So our firefighters are moving around to kind of try to head this off in a little better direction. We did evacuate Serenity Place, which is a road directly off of Highway 90, about 8 or 10 homes in that area. And we have several units that are responding to that particular area as well as the neighborhood adjacent to it right now.
The further up you go, up Highway 90, it's a lot of wooded area out there, but you said there are some homes in the area. What is the threat level to the people living between 90 and 31 and beyond?
Well, that's going to vary per home based on where the fire is going in that direction. But we do have several firefighters that are observing that area, looking at every home. There's several fire engines out there that have their lines deployed, so hopefully we won't lose any homes in that area and just be able to control it.
Is there any end in sight to this?
I hope there's an end in sight. It will happen. Right now we just need the citizens to understand that we're doing everything we can. We have several resources here on scene. We also have several more resources that are on the way. We've shut down Highway 90 for a certain area to make sure our equipment can get in and out, and they can always call that number 915-5711 for the latest information.
And you guys will be out here all night?
We'll be here all night with you probably.
All right. Thank you, Todd Cartner. Very good. We will be here. We'll see you again for an update. Folks, if you don't have to come out this way between Lee's Landing and Old Reeves Road up the way off Highway 90, do not avoid the area. We'll see you back here in about 20 minutes. For now, I'm Graeme Moore live on Woodlawn Drive. Allison, Tim, back to you.
All right, Graeme, thank you very much. And that area up 90 is closed down from Lee's Landing down to Old Reeves Ferry Road, as we mentioned, so you can't even get into that area. And the smoke from the fire can also be seen on live Doppler 15,000 tonight.
That's right. Let's go to First Alert Chief Meteorologist Ed Piotrowski and check on the winds and the impact they're having on the fire. Ed?
All right, more on the winds in just a moment. Let's go ahead and take a look at live Doppler 15,000. I've got it rolled into motion, and the green you see here is not rain. Doppler is actually set in a very highly sensitive mode, and when it's very sensitive like this, it can easily pick up the particles that are being shot into the air by the fire, the smoke, if you will. And as we zoom in even closer, you can see it's in the north end of the strand. Even closer here shows that the thickest smoke right there between 22 and Highway 31 all the way down toward Briarcliff, and even closer in here will show some of the roadways here. North Kings Highway and Veterans Highway, where it comes together right here, the smoke appears to be thickest. That also crosses Carolina Bays Parkway. And as we get even closer here, I'll give you an idea of exactly where we're talking about. You can see this location here. This is Tanger Outlet. This, of course, is the new Myrtle Beach Mall, renamed to the Myrtle Beach Mall. And, of course, if we head a little bit further to the north of there, we'll show you a couple of other locations here and right across the Intercoastal Waterway. This, of course, is Barefoot Resort. So really anywhere on Briarcliff, up toward the mall, over toward some other locations on the north end of the strand there, you want to be very careful traveling with a thick smoke around. Take a look at live pinpoint weather net. You heard Todd say it a little while ago, the winds have come down. They were gusting over 30 at times today, now generally at around 20 or less, and that is good news. And the two components that have made this fire so difficult to fight is the fact that the wind has been high and the humidity very, very low, 20% or lower in many areas. The good news is, as we head through the evening hours, our winds will subside and the humidity will come up. That will help make the fire a little bit easier to fight. But keep in mind, as the winds subside, the smoke will likely settle on the ground and be even thicker in some spots. We'll have more in the 7-day forecast coming up.
All right, Ed, thank you. And as we mentioned, there is a shelter open for residents who have evacuated. The Red Cross has set up that shelter at Tilly Swamp Baptist Church in their fellowship hall. The church is at 4619 Highway 90 in Conway.
And at last check, 3 people were staying there. The Red Cross has volunteers there helping evacuees. The shelter opened at 2, and we spoke to one man waiting out the fire there.
The firefighters came about 5 minutes later and told us that we had to leave, and we only had probably about 10 minutes to get out.
The Red Cross is also helping the firefighters working on this fire from Horry County, Conway, Myrtle Beach, Calabash, and North Carolina, and of course the State Forestry Commission.
And at 3:30 this afternoon, they activated the South Carolina Firefighter Mobilization Team. And that means that firefighters from throughout the state will be sent here to Horry County for additional manpower.
There's a community hotline number set up for anyone who has questions. The number is 843-915-5711. That number will be up and manned until the threat of the fire